Hey, I'm Kelsey, and I'm here with my little guy today to talk to you all about how to stop binge eating. So, if this is something that you've been struggling with, I encourage you to stick around to the end to learn 4 tips that will help you conquer the binge. And if we're just meeting for the first time, my name's Kelsey. I am a coach, and I help kingdom driven moms to lose weight, to let go of that baggage that is keeping you from the purpose for which you have been created so you can truly live life freely. So I love to help women with this, and that is why I'm creating this video today. So the number one thing I want you to think about when you are struggling with binge eating is, am I letting my sugar get too low? So sometimes with binge eating, it's due to hypoglycemia or letting your sugar get so low that you want to go and eat all the things. So instead, if it's a certain time of the day that you notice you're always binging, consider having a high protein or high fat snack a couple hours before that, maybe a handful of almonds, an avocado, some carrots and peanut butter, something like that to fill you up so you don't feel as tempted to overeat when the time comes. Number 2 thing that can help that you might want to consider when you are struggling with binge eating is, am I listening to my hunger cues? Sometimes we eat and eat and eat because it's just something that we do. It's a habit we formed during a certain meal. So I would consider, am I actually listening to my body's cues? God has designed our bodies perfectly, and there are triggers after 15 or 20 minutes of eating that will say, oh, I am full. So maybe consider, am I listening to that? And if not, pay attention to that and see if that can help you to determine when you're full versus when you are just eating to eat. Truly, the only reason that we need to eat is for hunger, right? So when you notice that those hunger cues start, then pause, have a glass of water, maybe wait 5 or 10 minutes and see if that cue is still happening. All right. So number 3 thing that you want to consider if you struggle with binge eating is, where are my thoughts leading me? So oftentimes, we binge eat out of stress, out of, sometimes it's a happy feeling, like with friends or family. That can be something that leads to binge eating. So sometimes your thoughts can be leading you in a certain way, like, oh, this might be the only time I ever get to eat this again, or, I'm so stressed, I'm just going to eat to kind of conquer that stress. So understanding that there are thoughts that are leading you to making these decisions that you don't want to make. So if this is something that you struggle with, if you know that you're having thought errors, that's what we talk about in this community, then I encourage you to reach out for help, because it's really hard to fully conquer those thought errors without an external coach to kind of walk you through what exactly is going on in your brain. So if that's something that you struggle with, again, let's talk. All right. And then last but not least, and this is probably the most important thing when considering why am I binge eating? So often we try to replace something in our life that can only be satisfied by God. So oftentimes if those thought errors are something that are going on, you may be trying to console with food. And he's got some hunger cues going on. So if that's the case, I just want to encourage you to remember that, first of all, you are a daughter of God, that you were created specifically for a purpose. And if you feel like, that your habits with food are keeping you from living into that purpose, the scroll that God created for your life before you were even born, then, get a little fire under your butt and think, I'm not going to let the enemy steal from my life anymore. So this is so important to realize, that this is not a battle just against flesh and blood. It's a spiritual battle oftentimes. So again, I just want to encourage you in that, that you were created for more. And if you know that this is something that is stealing from you, then there are ways we can pray into that. There are ways we can coach you through that to understand how to overcome binge eating, so that, again, this is the sole purpose or the primary purpose for what I do. I want women to feel like they can live freely into the calling for which they have been given. So if, again, food or binge eating is part of the problem that is keeping you from, from living into that, then let's chat and let's get you on the road to freedom. So If you're watching this video on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe, and I get a video out every week with different topics that are pertaining to kingdom-driven moms. And if you're not in our Fit for Life Facebook group, make sure that you join us. And then if you're ready to take the journey to saying no to binge eating, to figuring out what your brain is doing that's keeping you from getting to your goal weight, if you're ready to be a part of a kingdom-minded community of moms that are just on fire and rocking their weight loss journeys, then we need to talk. So reach out to me. I'll drop the link below for how you can sign up for your free weight loss breakthrough session, and we can see if it's a good fit for you. All right, thank you for watching.